Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Um, as you clicked on this because either you're currently taking some type of boot camp, you're taking course careers or thinking about it, and you saw like, man, what are some mistakes to avoid, right? Well, you're at the right place. Stick around. I'm gonna give you guys some tips and mistakes that I made that I wish that I didn't. So that way you guys can start off on a better track than I did. Because you know what? I want you guys to exceed and do better than me, right? At the like as usual, no fluff, no BS. We get straight to the point. But I'm gonna keep this on because I would like to stay on track, right? So the first thing that mistake that I made beginning of taking course careers, no matter what boot camp, but this is specific for course careers, is that I was just focused on hey, let me put my head down and just finish as quick as possible, right? That's a good mindset to have, right? But in between that, the very first thing that I mistake that I made is that I didn't build relationships with my peers at the beginning, right? Dang, you're probably thinking like, why is that important, right? Because think about it this way: as you go throughout, when you finish the course or you're either looking for roles right now, you're going to see that the fastest way in the door, at least for interviews, is through word of mouth and referrals, right? So think about it. Everyone in course careers starting off, you're in a cohort, you're in a little small group with people that start around the same time as you. But for me, I was like, nah, forget that. I'm just trying to finish this course. I don't need any of that right now. But man, sadly I was mistaken. I wished what I had to. I did go back. Matter of fact, so I finished the course in a week, but I did go back because I realized my mistakes. And this first one, like I said, is not building relationship with my peers. Right, and that small group was valuable. Try to learn about your peers, what they're doing, what roles they're in, what part of the course they're in, because they could help you on maybe something that you're stuck on, or once you guys finish, maybe they received job offers before you did, and and they accepted one. Maybe that could be a referral. Like, hey, because you'll be surprised. Companies love to see that you actually paid for something on your own. So they might like, hey, who do you know that's in course careers that is looking for a role? Guess what? That could be your end. But if you didn't build a relationship with your peers, you missed out like I did. That happened to me in my little small group. Two people received job offers before I did, and two of them working at the same place. Right? I'm not saying that would have been me off the bat, but they could have maybe taught me some things that would have helped me from getting rejected from a few interviews that I messed up with. Like I wasn't moving past the first round because I was too focused on trying to finish quickly. Right? Um, at the beginning. So that's why it's important to build that connection on that part with your small group. The other way you can do it is through Discord, because through Discord for course careers, there's different subcategories. Maybe if you're, starting to take the practice test, or you're on this section, or practice interviewing, those Discords are very valuable because that's where you can meet a lot of people that are in course careers, some of the alumni in there as well too. That's a good way to get your name out there. All right. And then and the third thing is start connecting with people on LinkedIn. CourseCareer talks about that beginning, like, hey, building your connections up if you don't have it. LinkedIn, I'm telling you guys, if you don't have one right now, as soon as the video is over, go make one and add me. But it's very important because that's where most of your peers are, people who are in the field, the hiring managers, the LinkedIn the the people from CourseCareers are on LinkedIn as well, and those are people that you want to get connected with, right? So make sure your LinkedIn is optimized. I have a video where I talk about optimizing your LinkedIn already. So that's the other way to get connected with your peers on LinkedIn, right? And then the third way, which may be not so common and things of that nature, but YouTube. YouTube is great too. There's other great people you could be on there and comment on there. Same thing going back. Let me go back to LinkedIn on that aspect. Comment on things. Follow some other people who are talking about tech sales, or some influencers in there, and even some of the instructors from CourseCareer. Why? Because as your name starts getting put in there, and let's say somebody that you've been connected with on LinkedIn. You guys have been commenting each other posts, and all of a sudden a role just opened up in their company, and you could reach out, hey, so and so, man, it's been a pleasure connecting with you. I see the role just opened up. What do you think about the company? Is it a great fit? Okay, hey, if I apply, can I put you down as a referral? Referrals that for referrals, what happens, the study that we've been seeing when people have been helping, people who get connected with referral get hired 3 weeks ahead of time than someone who applies somewhere without a job, right? Think about that, about a 3 week difference of getting hired when they have a referral. So that's why it's important to build that connection, because you just never know when roles open up. So that's why, number one, I can't stress it enough, guys. Build connection with your peers, the community, people from CourseCareer that already graduated, LinkedIn, YouTube, social media, whatever you have to do, build connections, comment on people's things, talk to them. It's not always stop thinking about ways that they can add value. You have to add value somewhere or the other, because you never know when things open up, right? And then let me go on to the second thing is take your time with the course, right? I get this question all the time, like, hey, how long did it take? This, and that. It is self-paced, right? I get it. It's self-paced. So you could finish in a week. You could finish in 3 months. The first time I finished it in like a week or 5 days, whatever. It was very fast, right? But I made that mistake because I rushed through, so I had to go back and learn. Yes, there's a video I talked about, like, being mindful. Put on our ego to the side. Yeah, we've been in sales before, especially if it's your first time. Especially if you've never been in sales before. Even me having sales experience throughout most of my career, I still had to go back because I needed to learn what the role was properly. Learn, how to interview, because that's very crucial, because you don't necessarily have to know everything, but you have to learn how to interview properly, because that's the name of the game, right? So take your time. I understand everyone's financial situation is different, right? So you might need to finish the course immediately because you need to find a job soon. I get that. But if you can, and you have another job right now, take that time and learn, utilize the course properly, because there's valuable information in there. I've done consultations with students, former students, or people who are looking to get in CourseCareers, or some even they took another boot camp before, and that's 3 times the cost as CourseCareers. They're like, man, for the cost of CourseCareers and the value, it's unbeatable, right? For a 500, well, 450 if you use a discount code. Like, I have one in the link. And they do have offer even payment plans as well, right? So think about the value for 450 to break into tech, have a community. To be real, if it was 5,000, if CourseCareer was 5,000, I would buy it still, right? But for 450, come on, you can't beat it. Put the work in. If you can, don't rush the process, because that's only going to hinder you if you're just moving too fast, right? So these are the mistakes I made. Like I said, not building a community with my peers, and two, moving way too fast. I thought I was a know-it-all. I'm gonna be honest. I admit, and I don't want you guys to make the same mistake, because I want you guys to hit the ground running. Have offers right off the bat. Like, learn how to interview properly, and of course, guys, reach out to me. We're here to help you get there to that next level. And once again, guys, thank you for coming back to my channel. And if you have any questions or concerns, drop it below in the comments, or reach out to me on LinkedIn. Or if you're like, hey, where's that code you're talking about? It's going to be in the description in this video. Okay. Now, don't forget, hit that like and subscribe and that bell icon. As usual, I drop heat, no fluff, no BS. We get straight to the point. In the meantime, take care.